Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to see the main takeaways that we need to take from the book. Start with Why, written by what? Simon Sinek, who is a well-known management expert in America, and he just builds the most magnificent empire in America with his expertise, right, in management, right? So the first takeaway that we need to take from this book is what? Start with why. So how we are going to start with your whys, right? The first step that help us is reflect on your purpose, right? You have to reflect on the purpose that you have. That means just having individual or groups time or spend time reflect on their personal and organization motivation or goal, right? And you have to ask just guiding questions, maybe like what drives you, right? And what difference do you want to make in the world? Those questions may just help us to reflect on your purpose, to understand your purpose, your why, right? So then after you have to just define your why you want to make a difference in the life of the people, why you want to just make a difference in the world, why that drives you, right? So you have to participate, craft and clear and concise statements that captures their why. For example, to just empower others to reach their full potential, right? So it may be the reason to empower others to reach their full potential. And you have to communicate with your why, right? Communicate your why, right? You have to practice sharing the why with peers, with friends, right? Encourage feedbacks and refinements to ensure the message is what? Compelling and clear, right? So this is right. And also the other one is inspire action. That means you have to brainstorm ways to incorporate the why into daily activities and communication. Plan a specific action that align with the why, right? That's also crucial. So by using this you can discover your why, right? The second takeaway that we need to take from this book is what? Golden circle. It's like a ring that is a golden circle. That means just understanding the concept. You have to understand the concept. That means you have to explain the golden circle model with consistent with three layers. Maybe the why, maybe and the how and the what, right? Maybe the why means the purpose, how means the process, and the what means the product or service, right? So use a visual aids to just illustrate the concept, right? By this is the how, the what, and the what. You can understand this golden circle, right? How we are going to identify your whys, right? So revisit the why statements from lesson 1. It is what? Core of the golden circle. You have to define it, right? How you define your how, right? Identify and articulate the unique value, principle, right? The value, the principle, and the actions that defines how you achieve your why. How you achieve your whys, right? For example, maybe by fostering a clarity and innovative work environment, maybe, right? You can understand the how, right? So you have to clarify your what, right? Your what also really important. So you have to clearly describe the product or service you offer, right? So ensure that they reflect your whys and how. For example, maybe offering cutting edge educational technology solutions, maybe, right? That may be the right. So the third takeaway that you take from this book is what? The law of definitions of innovation, right? The law of definitions of what? Innovation. How we define innovation? The first maybe understand the adoption curve, right? That means maybe explains the innovation adoption curve, which includes the innovative, early adopters, early majority, late majority, maybe laggards. Use charts and real world examples to illustrate this also, right? So the other one is maybe target early adopters, right? You have to identify early adopters who share your beliefs and values, focus initially first on engaging and just attracting them, right? So, and also the other one is you have to build trust and momentum, right? Building trust and momentum, that means use testimonials, case studies, and success stories from early adopters to build trust and momentums. And also you have to leverage their enthusiasm to reach the early majority, right? So that is, so the other one is expand gradually, right? You have to expand gradually. That means you have to gradually expand efforts to reach the early majorities and beyond. And also you have to maintain consistent messaging and reinforce your whys, right? So the fourth point that help us to just understand this book is what, the importance of belief, right? You believe, you have to understand or understand your beliefs really. So sorry, the first one is focus on beliefs, not just products, right? That means you have to shift focus from selling product or service to sharing beliefs, right? Craft messages that highlights why you do what you do, right? That you have to just highlight why you do what you do. That's also important to share your beliefs, right? So the other one is create emotional connections, right? You have to use storytelling to create emotional connection with your audience, right? And also you have to use or you have to share stories that illustrates your belief and values, right, about that product service, right? So the other one is you have to foster a sense of belonging, right? Fostering a sense of belongingness, right? That means build a community of supporters who shares your beliefs, or you can create opportunities for them to engage and contribute to your missions also, right? So by this you can just develop the importance of a belief system in your product, in your service, to the society, right? To society to believe in the products that you are selling, the service that you are giving, right? So the fifth point that you need to understand within this book is what? Leadership and trust, right? Developing leadership and trust, right? So how? So the first one is prioritizing team well-being, right? You have to prioritize the team well-being, right? That means show a genuine concern for your team well-being and implement policies and practice that prioritize your health, safety, and work-life balance, right? That's really the first step that you're gonna make for your team when you are a leader, and you gotta just build trust in them, right? The second one is be authentic and transparent, right? Be authentic and transparent all the time. That means you have to practice in authenticity or trusty and transparency in action and communication. You have to be aligned your just communication and your action should be aligned, right? And also you have to share success and challenge openly, right? You have to share success and challenges openly, right? So the other one is empower your team, right? Empowering your team, that means maybe empower your team by just providing autonomy, support, and opportunity for growth, right? Or you may encourage them to take ownership of their work and contribute to their mission, to the missions, right? So the sixth takeaway that we need to take from this book is what? The role of culture. The role of culture. That means the first one is to shape a purpose-driven culture, right? Shape a purpose-driven culture. How? Right? You have to define the core values and behaviors that reflect your purpose, right? And you have to communicate these values consistently and embed them in organizational practice, right? That is really important. So the second one is align culture with purpose, right? You have to align the culture with purpose, right? So ensure that organizational culture align with the why, right? Foster an environment where everyone understands and embrace the purpose, right? So this is the main point. The other point that help us to develop the role of culture is what? Reinforce culture daily, right? That means embed purpose and values in everyday action and decisions, right? Recognize and reward the behaviors that reflect the culture you want to build, right? That's really also important. So the other one is the power of storytelling, right? The seventh takeaway is the power of storytelling, right? How we are going to develop the power of storytelling, or how we become just a storyteller, right? The first one is craft a compelling narratives, right? Crafting a compelling narratives, that means maybe develop a clear and just compelling story that illustrates your why, right? And also you have to use real examples and proper, maybe your real example, maybe personal, maybe anecdotes to make it relatable, right? That is. So the second one that help us to become a more and stronger storyteller is what? Connect emotionally, right? Connecting emotional, that means use a vivid imaginary, right? Imaginary and emotional appeal in storytelling, and you have to create what? Resonance, and make ideas memorable, right? That's also important. And the other one is that help us to just become a storyteller is what? Consistently share your stories every day, right? That means share your stories consistently across various platforms, maybe different platforms, social platforms. Maybe you may ensure that all team members can just articulate the story and its significance, right? That is. So the 8 takeaways that we need to take from this is what? Consistency and discipline, right? The consistency and discipline, right? How we are going to develop consistency discipline, right? The first one is commit to your whys. Always commit to your whys, right? Make a firm commitment to your whys. Ensure it guides all decisions and actions, right? So the second that help us to become just constant and disciplined is what? Be constant in communication, right? Be a constant in communication. That means constantly communicate your why in all interaction and marketing materials, right? And also reiterate it in meeting and presentation and communications, right? And communications, right? So the other point that help us to just become constant and discipline is what? Maintain discipline. How? Constantly communicate your why in all interactions and marketing materials, reiterate it in meeting, presentation, and communication, and maintain discipline. You stay disciplined in upholding your whys even in the challenging situation. Show integrity and reinforce your purpose through constant action, right? That is really important. So this explanation just provides structure approach to just for this book. Start with your why, right? It emphasizes a practical application, real world example, and engaging activities to reinforce the leadership, right? So this is the main takeaway that we take from this book. Thank you being you have just watched it till now the video. Thank you.